Are we on? Is this on? Welcome to 10 o'clock Cubic News, the face of today's headlines. Today, a breakthrough in mathematics has created a new theory with regards to rotational objects in space. Here's the latest scoop from reporter Algorithm interviewing Professor Byoung. The n-dimensional cube is quite the intangible phenomenon. How would you describe its complex nature?
That's a good question, Al. First off, I'd like to define the dimension. Dimension simply refers to an aspect of an object that can be measured independently of other aspects. A point, for example, is an object that has no other properties than position. The set of numbers that describes a point's position corresponds directly to the dimension in which that point exists. For example, a point in two-dimensional space has two coordinates that define its position x and y. A point in three-dimensional space has three, x, y, and z. You can think of a point's coordinates as its degrees of freedom because they can freely change independently of one another. So, n-dimensional cube follows a distinct coordinate system, whereas a three-dimensional cube would look like a standard cubic, length, width, and height. Now it gets complicated after that. Four-dimensional cube would be called a tesseract with x, y, z, and w.
Wow, that's quite the interesting phenomenon. Thank you again, Professor Byoung. Thank you for your time. Well, you've heard it from the man himself. This is Algorithm from Cubic News. Back to you, Matt. Thank you, Al, for the multi-dimensional coverage of this phenomenon. On another note, drastic weather changes have affected many dimensions lately, and it has been looking dreary out there. Our weatherman, Perry Meter, will give you an edge on what you should wear in the upcoming months. Take it away, Perry.
Thank you, Matt. It's been looking quite bad here at the fifth dimension. We've received information from our experts that there's going to be a 60% chance of three-dimensional hypercubes falling. We've never seen this type of precipitation before. A local hypercube weathermentologist has derived the makeup of this new type of precipitation. He describes that n-dimensional hypercubes are made up of elements, or cubes of a lower dimension. So for example, a 3D hypercube consists of 2D, 1D, and 0D hypercubes. This is Perry Meter from Cubic News, informing you on the weather. Back to you, Matt.
Thanks again, Perry, for giving us the latest coverage of the area. Well, that's it for 10 o'clock news. Stay tuned for The Tonight Show with Lei Jeno, featuring the band The Integrals. Again, this is Matt, the Maddox from Cubic News, the face of today's headlines.